Here from the studios of Iona College, I'm Joe Archino, joined by a very special guest, Ross Greenburg. Ross, thank you very much for taking some time
Great
and
to be
speaking
with
today. You've had quite an illustrious career. For people who have not heard the name, which I'm sure many people have, you were the president of HBO Sports for some time, over 100 sports awards, 53 Emmys, 8 Peabodys. The list really goes on and on. But now you find yourself back at Iona College, coming in as the executive in residence. And tell me, I think the first question people want to know is, what led you back here to Iona College?
Quite a few things. One is Glenn Horan called me, and my father actually graduated from Iona College. He had 3 years at the University of Texas, then went into World War II. Never went overseas. But he never had gotten his Bachelor of Arts, and when he was 56 years old, we were living in Scarsdale, he decided he would get his BA, and he came to Iona to finish his college degree. And he graduated the same year I did from Brown in 1977. He graduated from Iona, so I always have had a special place in my heart, and I always wanted to follow in his footsteps. He went on to get his master's in economics and teach. And I always knew my entire life that I wanted to teach. So when the opportunity arose and it was Iona College, I said, well, that's just kind of, the stars are aligned, I have to get back. And you know, it's great to be here. I love this university, and I can't wait to dive in with the students and hopefully teach them some of the lessons I learned over a 37-year career.
Well, that's certainly, you bring so much experience and so much knowledge that you can share to the students of Iona. I think one of the biggest selling points that the university has is we're in the prime location. We're 45 minutes away from the major media market of the world. You've obviously been in the industry at the top of the helm. How big of a competitive advantage is it for Iona to be strategically located so close to New York City?
Well, I will tell you that it is the media capital of the world, and more than any other city. So to be 45 minutes from New York City is a wonderful thing. And actually, my world of sports really is centered right here in the New York metropolitan area. So it's a huge advantage. And I'm able to lure some really nice speakers to come up here and give some addresses to the students that will always pertain to the class and the studies that we're getting deep into. And I think when they can see, you know, how the world works in business using academia, it's going to be a nice little, you know, positive to the program. And I think also, let's be honest, the whole goal here is to get jobs once you get out of college. And the jobs are just all sitting in the New York metropolitan area. So with the contacts and the Rolodexes that I have and the people that will come in to speak to the students have, and that are being accumulated by the Iona staff with alumni that are now in this industry, you know, there's going to be a lot of positives coming out of this program.
Well, you talked about the jobs, and clearly, like you said, that's always going to be the goal. And one of the things that always helps you get that job is standing out, being different, doing things other people aren't doing. Clearly, that's something that you made your mark on at HBO Sports, is doing something that no one else was doing. When you were there, what really did you look at to say, this is how we're going to separate ourselves from everybody else?
Well, that's a great question. And the way I did that was I had an image of what HBO Sports would become. And that would be a storyteller, a master storyteller in television, whether it's a short form piece for real sports, a documentary, or a film, or you know, a studio show, or in time when we launched Hard Knocks, a reality sports show, which had never been attempted before. I knew if we were rich in story that we would come out and show people the kinds of programming that would make them laugh and make them cry, and ultimately draw some emotion, because we couldn't compete in the live sports world. So we had to find another niche to attract the viewer, and that was our niche. You know, and in today's world, it still applies. You know, I'm out there selling programming now. As a head of a production company, I have to kind of think of ideas and then distribute them to whatever mechanism I can find, whether it's a network, a corporation, a sponsor, or even a website. I have to look to see if there's a hunger for the content that I'm creating. And so far, you know, the NBCs, the Epics, the Showtimes, they've all stepped up. But I want to teach students how you navigate the world of media to find places to put your content. And it's going to be very educational for me as well, because the students are a unique demo, and the students at these universities, including Iona, have an expertise that the older generation, me, don't have, which is finding the little niches out there, whether it's navigating Facebook or understanding the way these different sites work to market and distribute your product. So it's going to be a great back and forth. I'm going to learn as much from the students as they're going to learn from me.